Well, hi Andy. You had a question about my smoking gadgets that I have here, so be happy to show them to you. But these are two propane ones. You can get these pretty much any hardware store or box store here in America. They're basically they're all metal, and I think they were originally invented basically when people had old refrigerators from like their house appliance. Instead of getting thrown out, people used to like start drilling holes in them and attach some sort of heat source down here. They come in basically two different types. Either run off a propane tank there with a knob. There's you can see the flame down there, and then there's a tray that has you can put the wood chips on it. That tray there usually catches the grease, and you can usually add some water to it to keep the barbecue moist. Of course, there's a temperature gauge right there. So basically, the same thing happens over here. This is basically the same type of general contraption. It's like a big, well, really mini refrigerator, a fridge that just has some, most of them have vents in the back. So you actually, with an open vent with the smoke on the bottom, this is just, of course, electric, but it's the same principle. The different vents, if they're actually open, allows the smoke to flow, and actually it will get hotter actually if you have the vents open. If you could close the vents, then it tends to cool down a little bit. This one, I bought it last year because I had to have a fourth one because we've just been smoking so much meat, that I bought this one on sale at the end of the season, and it's only got the one vent at the top. A lot of them have like vents on the sides as well as on the top. And with the only the one vent, and this sort of opens and closes like that. But only the one vent, it really runs hot, so I kind of have to prop it open. Otherwise, it gets up. It'll get up to 250, 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which really isn't good for smoking barbecue. You usually want more low and slow, as they say. And of course, this is sort of an old school design. Basically, two big metal trash barrels that you can burn either coal or I usually use hickory wood if I can find it. If not, apple wood or something like that. Basically, the fire is down here, and you see the temperature gauge, and the smoke comes up here. There's a little bit of a flue, like on a chimney right there, so I can control. I don't know if you can see down in there. Kind of opens and closes, so I can kind of check and get the temperature regulated. This one actually has the best flavor of pork barbecue because you really get that full wood fire smoke on it. I usually, for a big thing of pork like this, it'll usually take 8 to 10 hours, sometimes 12, depending on how big the cuts of meat are. Kind of at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. These are the propane ones are actually the most practical ones. They keep the temperature the best. You just use little wood chips instead of whole logs. They're my personal favorite, but the full fire type smoke actually has the best flavor. And then there's the electric one, which actually weirdly the electric one, even though the electric unit heating element is down here, and you put the wood chips in there, and then it basically comes up here like that. The wood, I don't know why it is, but the electric one at the very end, the pork butt will actually it'll have more of a golden color to it. I mean, it'll still be kind of charred and cooked, but it'll have a little bit more of a golden color to it. I don't know if that's the electrical field or why that is, but with the propane and the wood, you don't get that. You get more of a kind of a more black char look. So it basically tastes the same. It looks a little bit different. I'm not sure why. The color is different a little bit when it gets done. But in any event, I think it's about what 9 o'clock here and in the morning, and I'm probably still going to be cooking for several more hours. So anyway, hope you found that interesting. Talk to you later.